So I'm going to try my hand at a parable, and we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes. All right. So the parable is about a frontier town, the town of Marksville. The town of Marksville is in the Idaho Panhandle.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a town so small it has one horse and no bank.
Okay.
Until one day, stagecoach pulls into Marksville, and from the stagecoach emerges a Mr. Fauci.
Fauci?
Mr. Fauci.
I see.
Mr. Fauci is an impressive man, despite being only 4'3", and he certainly speaks with a set of affectations that are characteristic of a well-educated man from the Northeast. He sort of sounds like this. He sounds like Senator. With all due respect, you do not know what you are talking about. That's how he sounds. So it's sort of like it's like John F. Kennedy, but without the authenticity. It's that. Okay, so Mr. Fauci gets off the stagecoach, and he announces his intention to set up a bank. First Pharma, in fact, is the name of the bank. First Pharma is setting up a bank in Marksville, and he describes the need for a team of men to build the bank. He needs men who are willing to work hard, long hours. He will pay them $3 a day, which is a lot. And they will be paid in full once the bank is set up and has the cash on hand. Of course, with that amount of money at stake, lots of men show up, ready to do the work. He goes to the lumber yard and he opens a line of credit. And he begins to source all the materials. The men work long into the night. A week later, the bank has been erected and another stagecoach arrives. And from that stagecoach, all of the necessary equipment and supplies for a fully functional bank is brought into the building, and the bank is open for business. And Mr. Fauci announced that because he's in a town where, Marksville is, it's not full of fools. These people are suspicious of people coming from the outside, outsiders, drifters, and all that. And so anyway, they look at Mr. Fauci with a certain skepticism. And he says that what he's going to do is for anyone in the town who puts their savings into the bank, not only will their savings be secure in his institution, much more so than it would be in their mattress or buried in the backyard, but he is also going to give, with every new account, a free toaster. Not just any toaster, though.
Toaster?
Yeah, a toaster. A bank. It's a bank. They're giving you a toaster for opening it. It's what banks do. Okay. So, but it's not just any toaster, right?
Certainly not.
It's an Ivermectron, which is the it's a good it's the DarkHorse of kitchen appliances, the Ivermectron toaster.
Sure.
And this actually persuades a few people who, upon hearing that they're going to get a toaster, if they will just simply put their money in the bank and leave it there for a month, they will get their toaster. So a few people at first start depositing their money, and as others watch the folks who have been persuaded by this offer deposit their money, they think, actually, that'd be a pretty good idea. I don't want to be the last person out here to have my money in my mattress, and I do want one of those Ivermectron toasters. And so the townspeople begin to deposit their money, and business picks up 3 straight days from open in the morning to close at night. Nothing but deposits until every last person in Marksville has deposited their savings into the bank. They all feel a great deal of relief. Until the next morning. The next morning, they awake to a rather unpleasant discovery. The bank isn't open. There's no sign of life. It is shuttered. And a quick check around the back reveals the door wide open. And Samuel Harrisburg is the first townsperson to enter the bank and to discover it has been completely stripped of everything. There is none of the equipment necessary for banking. There is no evidence of Mr. Fauci. And Samuel Harrisburg walks through the bank and he opens the front door where the townspeople have gathered, and they stream into the bank to start wrapping their minds around what has happened. And Alexei Karenson, upon seeing the bank stripped, leaps onto the teller's counter, and he says, "It was a scam! They've taken all our money! They lied about everything!" And at that moment, Lenny Broussard burst through the saloon doors. I don't know why the bank had saloon doors. In retrospect, the people in the town should have taken that as a sign something wasn't right, but the bank definitely had saloon doors. And Lenny Broussard burst through the saloon doors into the bank, and he comes in with the dog on the leash. I think I am now borrowing from Norm Macdonald.
It's okay. He's
so
gone.
Apologies to Norm Macdonald if you're up there. I'm sorry, unless you're digging this, in which case I'm less sorry. But in any case, Lenny Broussard strolls in with the dog on the leash, wearing the medical scrubs.
Sure.
And the dog stands on the hind legs, and he summons all of the wisdom he has gained through the training. And he says, "But are we still getting our toasters?" At which point, Alexander Scott, the pastor of the local rationalist church, says, "Oh, don't be stupid. Of course we're getting our toasters. Why would they lie about that?" At which point, all of the people in Marksville nod their heads affirmatively. End of parable.
My God.
Yes. I will say, before you get to your comment, I realize that I have left hanging the question of whether or not the townspeople got their toasters. I will perhaps revisit the question next week. So until then, I'm sorry, it's just a classic cliffhanger. Maybe they get their toasters, or maybe they don't.
Why would they lie about that?
Yeah. Why would they lie about that?
Yeah. No, I mean, parable taken. Point taken. I'm not totally sure what Samuel Harrisburg's role in the town or the parable is. But
well, you notice he doesn't have a speaking part.
No, it doesn't he invite everyone over.
He opens the
Saloon
main
doors,
doors,
which doesn't take
exposing
much.
the saloon doors inside of the bank. All right. Well,
I'm sorry. Often after I've seen a performance and, people are like, "Hey, what do you think?" Like, you'd have to give me some time. I'd rather not talk about it right away. I'd like to have it percolate, and I don't want to just,
right.
I don't know what I think yet, Brett.
Well, you don't know if they're getting their toasters. That's why.
Now, I do actually know if they're getting their toasters. That much I know.
Do you? Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I don't. I haven't written that part yet, but I will soon.